Did the Good Burger just go vegan? Should you wash your hands after you pee? Should you even work out 3 times a week? We don't know, man. Just tune back in. You're watching All That After Show on AfterBuzz TV.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Yeah, that drop.
As I said, I heard the beat drop. I thought it was a different song for a second.
Yeah, it comes in later.
Uh-oh.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to the All That After Show, the show you are now watching and listening to. Today we're covering Season 11, Episode 9. We're talking about everything. Good Burger, Breeze Beauty Basics, Park Rangers, The Juice Remix, also Tragedy of King Hemlock. We also have our fan shout-out. We have our special segment by my guy Jeff, the All That Remix, and we're going to leave y'all with some predictions too, all right? But before all that, allow us to introduce ourselves. I'll start to my left. We got the man who's here with all the jokes, all the funny.
Hey.
He is Jeff. What up, Jeff?
What up, man? Blessed to be here. And I feel like All That has so many jokes. The movie The Joker just came out. It was only right that I had to bring out the Joker, the Killing Joke shirt. It was great. I mean, the whole episode was great. I saw Joker this weekend. That was great as well. But
I heard it did good too. I heard it was well in the box office.
I was gonna say they making their money. Let's just leave it at that. They making
the
their
highest
money.
Opening in October. It was like 98 million or something like that. It was crazy.
Joaquin Phoenix did his. He did his thing.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all if y'all saw the Joker movie too. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm gonna have to find the time, but we'll see. Maybe we can make that happen.
Let us know in the comments what y'all think about it too, because it was polarizing. It was definitely
that word. Okay,
it was
polarizing.
polarizing, man.
Now I gotta watch it. But you know what was polarizing? It's always been polarizing. The Good Burger, because it's a big deal. It's one of the best restaurants around. I love how they use that to open up the show. So basically, it starts with Ed, of course, being locked out. You know why he's locked out? Why is he locked out?
Because my guy he don't like to read signs. 2, he doesn't know how to pull because he's coming in, right? So yeah, he's struggling.
He got it all wrong. He's doing it all backwards, but he finally gets in, right? And then we hear this announcement that they are now offering gluten-free buns.
Yes,
that's a big deal, man. So with that, it's the hardest thing to get. It's so easy for them to promote, but it's so hard to get. So Reese walks in and she's like, look, I just want my gluten-free burger, but for some reason they can't get it to him. How upset would you be if that was you?
If I'm looking for a specialty burger, because I don't personally eat that kind of food. I just eat whatever the food is, regular burgers. But like if I'm going in for a specific burger and I don't get that, I'm gonna be kind of frustrated, especially if you paying the money, you go in, you know they got it, and you're dealing with all this stuff. But not to go too far in it, I thought it was hilarious what she actually got when she said the gluten-free burger.
Yeah, because it was a build-up, though. So at first, it started with just her saying, hey, I want a gluten-free burger. So he just grabs one from the pile of regular burgers, give it to her, right? She's like, no, I just saw you grab this burger from the pile of regular burgers. She's like, I want gluten-free. So then it escalated. He's like, okay, I'll show you a gluten-free burger. He puts the burger on the counter. He tries to suck the gluten out with a straw. And then that's when it went to the next level. And then what happened, Jeff?
No, so she's like, gluten-free. Gluten-free.
And I already knew what was coming. The way that they pronounced glue, I was like, something's about to get real sticky.
Yep. No, I'm like, when they said the glue part, like it kind of clicked for me, but I was not expecting the 10 burgers with the glue, and I thought that was just hilarious. I thought that was a great. I knew something was gonna happen because you don't just like emphasize that so much, but like seeing what actually happened, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I mean he did come with the glue, and then the 10, it just wasn't free.
All I'm saying is, you know what you asked for, you got what you asked for. Don't get mad.
She even got a little bit extra because Ed did give her some good suggestions. You remember when I opened up this show, I said, should you work out 3 times a week? Well, the answer, my friends, is yes. So Ed said you should work out 3 times a week and you should wash your hands after you pee. You know what? After hearing that, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I know. And, I forgot which sketch it is. But when they say like literally what you should do, and I was like, that's what it clicked in my mind. And no, but it was just a funny skit. I love Kel. I love Changoon interacting with him, kind of being the boss in that episode, and then Reese coming in with her humor. It was good.
She came in with the humor, but then she walked out very disappointed. And then
Kel can't even get out the building.
it's just backwards, man.
You tell him pull once, he's pulling the whole time. I'm like, nah, dog, you gotta push.
The only sad thing is he's been working at the Good Burger for over a decade now, so he should know how the door operates, right?
My guy must sleep in the Good Burger.
Yeah, maybe they That's a good one.
he gotta sleep in the Good Burger for him not to know how to get in and out.
I was gonna say maybe they just renovated the doors and maybe changed the locks or something.
I hope so. For his sake, we're gonna hope so.
But I mean, it's it. He can do no wrong, right? He's been the OG for the longest, right?
I was like, low key, it is Kel's Good Burger.
Yeah, you know what? You get a pass, Ed. But you know who doesn't get a pass? And this is just from me personally. Bree from Bree's Beauty Basics. She's always just so zoned out. It seems like she's either, I guess I can't say hi really, but she's, this song, this is like, I feel like this is what's playing in her head all the time.
And then like when it stops, like, whoop. No, it's like she said she went to the dentist, and I'm like, I guess she was on some laughing gas or something because she was wilding out. And she's like, let me dye my hair, and it looks like what we assume to be slime.
Yeah,
but
it looks like the OG Nickelodeon slime from back in the day.
Yep.
I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was Jello or something, but then she said it was dye, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of wild. How are you gonna wash that out?
True. And when I was like, as a person, as a fan of Nickelodeon, everybody wants to be slime. So I want to talk to her and see how she felt to, like, if it is that slime, kind of have that thing be hit.
It looks kind of gooey.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, that's what slime looks like when it's on.
But here's the thing. If I got slimed, I want the OG slime. I want the green applesauce.
Yeah. I don't want to really do it to myself. I'd rather like have someone slime me. I'd rather be like a big thing. Cannons coming.
When they used to pull the lever down the string, then the slime would fall down. I would like it that way. But I guess it wasn't enough for her. So after she dyed her hair green with the slime, she didn't cut it off. And it's funny because she said the word destroy, which every single time I hear Kate say destroy in a different sketch, I'm like, I like how they tied that in.
Yeah, man.
It was lit. But no, her eyes was so red, man. And she added eyelashes, like a bunch of different pairs of eyelashes. Them things look like caterpillars to me.
Yeah, she's like, we're not just gonna do normal eyelashes. She's getting real creative with it, with the mustache and just like throwing it on her.
I thought she was gonna stop with the mustache. I'm like, okay, I get it. She's giving herself a mustache. And she went here and went there, and I'm like, oh man. Then she did the ketchup. That didn't look like ketchup, but she called it ketchup.
Nah, not ketchup at all. It was a lot. Like the cutting the hair, that was what threw me off. Like the other stuff with the slime, just being the eyelashes, I thought that was cool. But with the hair, I'm like, that's aggressive. She's like totally fine with it because I know once she gets off that laughing gas, she's gonna be pissed.
That's a true life representation of. Oh well, that escalated quickly.
Exactly.
And then she topped it off with the mud. Actually, that for me, that probably made the most sense out of everything. Like a mud mask, I get it. Whatever that may
and it
work
looked like
for
pudding too. So I was hungry after watching that.
I would have tasted the mud before I tasted the slime.
I wish she would have been like licked it. Like, and this mud pudding or whatever it's called, it's facial. Did she say mud facial or whatever?
Yeah, mud mask.
Yeah, mud mask. Obviously, I've never had one of those before, but it tastes like funny. I thought she would have played with that. That would have been kind of funny.
I think a mud mask is a real thing too, like with real mud, because it'll just get hard and stuff. But I don't know.
I was going to say, all of that stuff, I don't know. We need Anais and AJ on that one.
Yeah, I think they would probably know all about it. They know all about the facial stuff.
Exactly.
They would give us all the tea. Mm-hmm. Speaking of tea, allow us to tell you how you can help us continue to bring y'all more tea every week. Jeff, let them know.
And speaking of tea, we want to talk to you guys about the comments. We love when you guys comment and everything, giving us more information. But yeah, you guys literally make us the ESPN of TV talk, whether it's from watching on YouTube, liking and subscribing, commenting, getting in the conversation with us, or it's through Spotify or iTunes, wherever you guys are watching and listening. Remember, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, give us that 5 stars if you guys are listening, because I need 5 of them. I don't like nothing less. But yeah, continue to join our conversation, because we love talking to you guys and we love learning from you guys and interacting. We're all kids watching all that. We love it, and I know you guys do as well.
Yes, we love it. We love y'all, and we love y'all interacting, and it's a big conversation, and we're learning as we're doing. And somebody... That was a perfect segue. No. Because these next people were really learning as they were doing. So we move on to this next sketch that I just called Park Rangers, because that's exactly what it was. It was these 2 Rangers. We had Lex and then we had Gabby, just teaching everybody how to survive while they were in the process of trying to survive. They were in these tents. They were being warned of all the different dangers and things like that. And to me, Lex and Gabby are just fun to watch, just in general. I feel like they have a good chemistry on camera, and there's just a certain type of energy level that they keep it at all times, which I literally whenever certain sketches are on, I really can't turn away. And that was one of those sketches for me.
And I was excited to see Lex in this role because he's usually the host or kind of leading the thing rather than the punch of the joke. Or
he's usually the suave one too. So it's weird to see him in this position.
Yep. And then like usually with like Changun was on here last episode, and I was talking to him about he's usually in that role.
Yeah.
And seeing Lex play that role was kind of cool. It was really funny to see how he took all the injuries. There was a boat falling on his tent. Like his eyebrows burned off. Like
he got it glued, eyebrows. Well, his face got burned first by the marshmallow. Then he got his face glued. His eyebrows got burned off. And like you said, it reminds me of Chingun from the Simplicity sketch. So it's cool. Oh, wait till we get to the special segment, man, because I got something for you. But no, it's cool to see somebody else play that role. And it's weird to see that it's Lex, but I think he played it perfect because his natural just comedy genius came out. I feel like he was really just having fun with that sketch.
Oh, 100%. And you could tell it was easy for him. And I love just the small pieces that the campers were doing, I guess, with Nathan and Reese, and then the other, I guess, was a guest star probably on the show. But just like adding those like two pieces. Like, also, did you not notice? And then she just, Gabby just turned it right into her next statement like it was flowing correctly. I thought that was just great chemistry, great flowing, and great jokes.
Yeah, one thing I found out is that bug repellent is very important because them bugs will tear you up. And I know personally because if you're from LA or if you've ever heard of LA, there's a place in LA called Runyon Canyon. You've probably seen a bunch of different influencers, people that you may follow, take all these pictures at Runyon Canyon. Yep, IG. It's a big mountain pretty much that a lot of people climb. You can see the whole city. So the whole way up that mountain, bro, bugs were literally circling and swarming around me the whole time. And I have footage to prove it, man. I couldn't even get a decent shot. I got one, but it was barely because the insects were crazy. So yes, not sunscreen, but bug repellent is a real big deal, and I wish that I had some today.
Yeah, when you told me this, I was like, I probably would have made it halfway, like, Instagram, we just ain't getting this pic. We're just not going to get this pic. I might hit up a different hill, do it from a different angle or something. Right. Yeah, bug spray, bugs, I ain't going to mess with them. I've been camping a couple times just like getting that stuff, and it's like, that's real life.
I think it's
We're
just
from LA, and I'm like, camping? That's real life.
I think it's better when you're prepared for it. So I used to be a Boy Scout for a brief amount of time, and I was I went in looking like, okay, there's gonna be bugs, there's gonna be this. I was ready for it. Yep. It's just different when you're going for a hike and you're trying to take your pictures and look real good, and then these bugs tearing you up. It's like I wasn't ready for this.
No, we out here.
And I had the nerve to wear cologne and everything. I was smelling good. They was on me.
Yeah,
it
you're
was
smelling
rough.
real good for all those bugs.
Yeah, man, I didn't like it at all. So I can definitely relate, man. But it's just so crazy to see how much can happen to one person in the span of about 4 minutes.
Yeah. It's like there's so many like bad things could happen, and from the eyebrows to the boat to everything that was going on, and then Reese and Gabby and all them just not even laughing. Well, Reese was kind of laughing. Gabby just like played it off. That was kind of funny.
But wait, it's crazy because wasn't Lex supposed to be the safety ranger? He's supposed to be the one that's keeping people safe. So why is he getting hurt?
Hey, he kept other people from getting hurt by getting himself hurt, I guess.
I guess it'd be like that.
Lex,
he was a sacrifice.
That's definitely one way to play the game. Wouldn't really advise that.
Yeah, man. But so we move on to the next sketch. It's actually a super. First off, I love when they do this on the show. So it's a remix music video. It's from Lizzo's Juice, and then they remix it and they did their own version of Juice. These are honestly my favorite parts of the show because of how it's shot. I like how cinematic it looks. And it looks like a real music video, and you can tell that they put a lot of effort into it. This wasn't just a quick sketch. This is something where they probably had a treatment done as if it was a real music video and all that. So I liked it. How'd you feel?
No, I thought it was really cool, and I want to know the production value. As a person that loves behind the scenes, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it had to be cool to see these actors like go into the studio, get out of their comfort zone, and kind of be artists in a sense, because Reese was singing, Gabby was singing, Kate was singing and rapping. Like, they were all doing their thing. And I know, even if you're not like, I mean, they could have been, I don't know their backgrounds or anything, but like, if I'm in there, I'm probably nervous as all get out because I'm not a singer and stuff. So it's really
Especially
cool.
the first few times, because I get nervous. If it's my first time doing anything, I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, so I really wonder if they audition with music. Because Changun, Lex, they both said that they're both musically talented. They did that before this,
like piano and stuff like that.
So I wonder if, like, in the audition process, they did that type of stuff. That would be really cool.
Maybe they touched on it, but it's one of those things where it's like we're still young and we're working on expanding into all these different areas. So it's kind of like if you were smart, you would invest in them now because you know that they're only gonna add more talent and more skills to their toolkit. You know what I'm saying? So I think they were in a good place, especially with their audition. But just with the talents that we've seen them have, they already had enough, even without adding all the extra things. So the extra stuff is just icing on the cake. But I like how you mentioned that, because another reason why these remix music videos are my favorite sketches on the whole show is because they show a diverse skill set. So it shows that you can memorize lines, spit bars, do it on beat, maybe dance and act at the same time, but be funny. You're balancing a bunch of different things.
It's a lot, because like you were saying, like Kate and Gabby and them, they were rapping, they were singing, they were acting as a whole, performing, like having to still be comedy on top of just doing all that. It's really talented at a young age. I think Kate's had her sweet 16, so she's the oldest out of the group.
Yeah.
So we're
happy
talking
birthday again to you, Kate. Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, shout out for Kate. But like that's really talented. It's great to see, and I hope to see more of them, because it was like a girl power movement. I know Lex was in there for like the little comedy, but like the whole
yeah, he was what was he, a duck or a goose?
Yeah,
or something?
he's like a duck or whatever in the little corner. He's like, y'all gonna turn me back or anything? But no, that was really fun to see, and I love the like girl power movement, because those are the 3 girls on the cast, and they were showing out.
So I love how you said you want to see more of that. If you could pick a song that they would cover, what song would you pick?
I'm gonna just go with Hot Summer. Hot Shower. I always get it mixed up. I always get it mixed up because I think it's a dope beat. I think they could play. I think it could play with multiple different characters, because there's like 3 different people in the song, and I think it fits right into what they're already doing. They're doing more of the hip hop, the new age, the what's popping right now. You got Chance the Baby, like you got more people on there, and like. I think that'd be a great song for them to use. I'm
so glad you mentioned the Baby, because that would have been mine. Yeah. I'm thinking like just to make it super mainstream, Suge.
Oh yeah,
because every kid knows that song too, and like everybody likes the Baby, which is crazy too. Because like I just did a bar mitzvah last weekend, and all the 13-year-old kids were requesting the Baby, play the Baby, even his new stuff that we had just heard. So last week when we left the studio, like them kids, all they wanted to hear was the Baby.
That's what's up.
I would definitely want to see them remix Suge, do something like that. Hot Shower would be cool.
Yep.
Something that you can sing along with, not something where it's too rappy, because then people won't be able to follow along. But I like that.
That's what's
Keep
up.
It fun.
I really want to know what like the people in the audience. So like whenever y'all are watching, comment on this. What song do you think should be their next song for the show? Because you know you're coming back with more fire. So I definitely want to see what would be a great song that y'all think would be good for all that.
Yeah. And one thing I want to say is I like how they're choosing smash hits for these songs. So salute to Lizzo, because them picking her song, because she's popping right now. We mentioned the Baby, but Lizzo is popping too. So it's those 3, like the Baby, Lizzo, Meg Thee Stallion. They're all in they come up right now, and they just blowing up big.
And you know how they're asking for them, like at your bar mitzvah.
Yeah,
I bet you either Lizzo, the Baby, Chance. I bet you they might be the guests on the next upcoming episode.
They could be.
Maybe not this season, maybe next season. Hoping there is a next season. Yeah, but that would be dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Also, just a little tangent, I also want to see them do like a Wild 'N Out parody.
Oh, that
would be kind of cool too.
That'd be really cool.
They have the right type of cast for it on this show, so they could. I want to see them do a little like Lex could play Nick Cannon, and then they could have like the different squads, and they can have fun with it.
Dude, there's so many different things, but Wild 'N Out is like too front and center. Like you kind of have to do with Nick Cannon being your main guy. You have Lex, like you said, playing that role. It would make too much sense. So
it would be fire.
Yeah.
I would like it. I would like it. So something else that happened was we moved on to Tragedy of King Hemlock, and all they're trying to do is get through this simple play. So it's Nathan and it's Gabriella. They're just trying to play the role, but for some reason, Kate keeps interfering with the play. Put a flag on the play, delay of game, penalty, you lose 5 yards, all of that, because she's in there cheerleading. And like, it's good to have a good cheerleader in your life, y'all. It's very good to have a good cheerleader, have people around you that support you. But when they block your blessings by stepping on the stage and stealing your shine, they're no longer cheering. They're hijacking. They're hijacking the moment, Jeff.
See, right there, you just need to clip that out, because that's all you needed to say. She was hijacking that moment 100%. And my guy, Nathan. Yeah. I was about to say Ryan, because Ryan came in later. But my guy, Nathan, was not handling it. He was not okay. He was like, he broke character. He just stopped. He was like, look. this is our show. I was ready for him to say, this is my stage. You're doing it, and da-da-da-da. And like, he like halfway went off on her, but then Gabby kind of railed it back. So that was a cool dynamic between them two.
Gabby was kind of just like, let him do what he's going to do. Whatever. Just let her do what she's going to do. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
And then Kate just doing like cartwheels and everything, and just cheers and right in
I
the
wish
face.
that was really her. Maybe it could have been, but I had a feeling that was a stunt double, just the way that they didn't show their face. But man, if that was really her, that would have been lit. Because them flips was on point.
Oh yeah. I was I wish we could ask Kate. She's like, I could do that for sure. But I bet Kate can do.
I think she's talented. I think she can do something. I don't know. I don't know if she can do all the backflips, but she can do something.
But they probably did it for like Nickelodeon. Probably was like, nah, we gonna do this for us and have you a stunt double.
If it was me, I would want to do it. I would just tell them to. Well, I can do a backflip myself, but like I would tell them to put me in the strings, the harness, and like let me just go out with it.
That makes one of us. Because if they said backflip, I'm like, all right, where's my stunt double?
Yeah,
all right, I'm gonna go to the cafeteria and get some food.
I would just need a couple warm ups real quick. Like take me to a trampoline real quick. Let me get my legs warm. Let me get my hamstrings ready.
Bruh, I had a trampoline growing up. Only thing I could do was a front flip, and I was proud of it. I could not do a backflip. I tried it once.
Bro, front flips are harder than backflips though.
People say that. I see what's going on when I go forward.
It's a bigger rotation when you're going frontwards.
But like you see what's going on when you go forward.
No, you don't.
You don't know what's going on when you go backwards.
No, yeah. No. All right. Anybody
Kate,
who's a cheerleader. Kate, let us know. But anybody who's ever been a cheerleader, who's ever done any type of aerial stunts, let us know what's easier between a front flip and a back flip. Backflips, I feel like, have always been easier. It's just a shorter rotation.
I've heard that, but from my mental, man, I can
and you have more momentum too, because you can kick your legs up. All you do, real talk, is when you jump, as soon as you hit the height of your jump, just kick your legs up, and they'll carry you around.
See, that sounds like it makes sense. But a front flip's easier.
I'm going to show you a video when I did my first one. Like, you won't believe it because I didn't believe it either when I did it. But it was that simple. I just jumped, put my feet up, and it worked.
That's what's up.
But we're going to get Kate and her stunt double here to come show us how to do it the real way, because I feel like I'm still not doing it completely right. Yeah, I make it. I land on my feet, so it must be right.
But yeah, like Kate or that stunt double was wilding out on there when she was doing the flip. She was doing the cheering in their face. And then
Nathan was mad. And then, like, chaos was happening. So, so then Ryan came in, right, looking like Sinbad.
Yep.
And he was like, first of all, don't touch the hair, which was cool. And it made sense and everything. Then they had this sword fight, which I thought was going to get crazy. But they was just like this.
Yep. And then Ryan's face was like looking at the screen, looking at the camera. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, then the whole stage fell down, and then it got destroyed. Chaos happened.
And look, it was Kate that destroyed it. All she needed was a destroy at the end of it.
Yeah,
or just spell like destroy. that would have been hilarious.
Oh, she would have said that. That would have been it.
All that. Hopefully you're watching. It's a next time thing.
Next time. Was there anything else that stood out this time about this episode for you? Anything you want to mention?
None. I mean, not that we didn't already talk about, but that music video, that's what the one that stood out for me in this episode. I feel like it showcased their talents in a wide range, from comedy, from acting, from singing to rapping, everything. Exactly. And I thought that was the scene for me that stood out.
I want them to move into doing more stuff like that. I love all the sketches that they do, but if they would take on more of a performance and musical route too, like just moving on, just like, because I feel like everything has to evolve over time. So we've seen a lot of their sketches. Of course, they're going to give us more new sketches, but if they can take it in more of a musical, like maybe theater approach, that'll be dope too, to really showcase all these kids' talents, because there's so much more than just the comedians that we see, and there's so much more than just like these quick like moments or like sometimes gimmicks, which is cool and it works and it's funny. It gives you that quick laugh, but they got longevity in them. You know what I'm saying? So they can really pop in other ways too. So I'm excited to see the evolution of this show, especially as they all get older.
Oh yeah,
and more experienced. It's
gonna be good, man. They're with like you said, with more experience, with age, the showrunners are going to be able to try new things, be like...
And then since they're young, there's a lot of things you can't do, because it's like, remember, this is still a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kid. Yeah. So as they get older, then they can start saying what they want to do, and they can start taking it to the next level, which is dope. So it's good that we get this front row seat. We get to grow with them.
Yeah, man.
One thing that stood out to me was how a lot of these sketches were group sketches. It wasn't just one or two people. They would just bring in multiple different people for all the sketches, so I really like that. So like the Park Rangers, they had a few people. The Juice music video, they utilized a lot of people. A lot of people had lines and bars and stuff. The Good Burger, they brought Kel back. Shout out to Kel. Every time I see Kel, it's like, shout out to Kel.
I was gonna say, it's always a good scene. We could easily spotlight that scene just because Kel is who he is, and like everybody that comes with Kel like is always is always on their A game because they just bounce off.
Yeah, he elevates people.
But like, I mean, yeah. So it's always great to see that. But these cast members, they shine throughout the whole show.
Yep. And you know who shines throughout our whole show? It's you fans. Leave in the comments. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to get right into our fan shout out. The first one comes from William Ellis. They said Chingoon is great.
Facts.
I love him. We do too. He has good energy. Like, just so you know, like, Chingoon is smart. So when he came to the studio last week, he was asking intelligent questions. We were asking him questions, things that we didn't know that he knew. He was real smart. He had a good idea of where he wanted to go with everything. He has a big support system. His mom was right there on the couch.
Oh, yeah. No, it was great meeting his mom, meeting his manager, and talking to him. One thing I didn't know is he's well versed in the music. Like we watched the show before we do our after show, obviously, but we were watching it with him, and just between the commercials, we were talking about different music and all that other kind of stuff.
He's hip. He's hip.
And we were rapping it with him.
Yeah.
That was the craziest part. I'm like he real cool. So like. All of them are real cool, but with Chingoon last week, it was dope to have him and dope to like see who he is behind the camera and everything.
Exactly, man. And one thing to make a note just for all these cast members, like their schedule, even though they're still considered kids, they have adult schedules. So they have to be getting good grades. They're in school all the time. They're rehearsing. They're training. They're doing reads. They're doing comedy clubs. They're all over the place. They're doing shoots. They're doing awards, Kids Choice, Teen Choice. They're doing everything. Their schedule is crazier than ours, and we got a crazy schedule. So big shout out to all of them, and just because we can see what it takes for them to do what they do. So shout out to everybody from the cast. And since we're giving all these shout outs, you got a special shout out, right?
Yep. And instead of doing our news and gossip, I wanted to just give the whole cast a shout out because yesterday the whole cast of All That, they went to the 10th annual LA Family Day. And if you guys don't know what that is, it is what it says, an LA Family Day where kids, fans come and they meet the cast, meet different celebrities and everything, and it's all for support. And all the proceeds of this event went to the TJ Martell Foundation. And if you don't know, and that foundation always spreads awareness for cancer research. So they were doing great things out in the community. And I just wanted to spotlight the whole team because the whole cast was out there meeting the fans, interacting with everybody, spreading awareness for a great cause, and just bringing smiles to kids' face. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's real beautiful. Shout out to them. Shout out to y'all, again, working hard, making changes, positive changes in the communities in the world. So appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that. And Jeff, you got another segment. We got this All That Remix.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So All That Remix, if you don't already know, which y'all should know because y'all watching, but All That Remix.
Record scratch.
Exactly. No, but All That Remix is where we pick two different characters from two different scenes and figure out which ones that we think would be good into a scene together. So for this one, I wanted to do Kel from Good Burger and also Literally Liza. And our Literal Lies, I believe it's called. I think that'd be great because in this specific episode, everything Kel said, he took literally. And I think him and Literal Liza, their interaction, they would be taking everything literal. And I would love to see where that takes them. I think that'd be a great comedy and a great type of mesh because it's almost like they're on the same comedy, but on two different, I think they can find something good there.
Do you think they would get along with each other?
I feel like Literal Liza would get annoyed with Kel because he'd be literal, but he also wouldn't know what he's talking about.
Right. I feel that. Okay, so I would want to see Lex from the Park Ranger sketch, and I want to see Chingoon from Simplicity in the same sketch because they both walk around with this dark cloud over their head with this bad luck. So I want to see when they're both together who gets the bad luck.
What if they're in that game show that Chingoon has to come back into because he already lost, so he's a recurring character.
Who would be a loser though?
We'll figure that out because it'd be either Chingoon or Lex with Ryan coming in as the host. Ryan coming in as the host. I think that'd be a funny sketch.
I think so. I think that I don't know, man. I think they would probably know. Knowing this show, they would probably both get beat up.
It's like they're both coming back for a whole nother episode.
They'll probably bring like a third person in just so that the other two can get messed up. So like Lex and Chingoon or something.
Yeah, they're like, if anything, the audience wins.
That part, and I feel like the audience always wins.
Oh yeah, with all that, the audience always wins, and I love. Even when they're not directly interacting with the fans, you kind of see it with like them looking towards them and like with the laughs and stuff and like, different jokes hitting well with different things. it's always interactive, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah, well, let us know what y'all want to see in the All That remix. Who you would like to see interact, be together in the sketch. Who you think would work and who wouldn't work. And we're going to read those next week for y'all. And now we're going to move into next week. Let's change it up and do a little bit of prediction.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You can start it off.
For the predictions, we saw a little trailer of what's happening next episode.
Yeah.
And one of the scenes, you kind of see Kate with Ryan and Lex, and she has a little Wolverine blades coming from her, and I kind of want to see her from Destroy, Kate from Destroy, and Ryan and Lex from Pranksters. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I would love to see them two interact because they're trying to prank Kate, who's also destroying stuff. I think too many things might get destroyed with that one. So that's my prediction for next week's episode.
And I'm going to just build on to that because I think that could actually be a possibility. And I like how they led into the episode or led into the preview by saying it's going to get kind of spooky, kind of scary because, it's October, Halloween's coming up. Yep. So I want to see what twist it's going to take because I definitely feel like it's going to take some type of weird, scary twist.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I love during this month just watching just scary things, and even if it's just scary commercials and stuff, I just love getting into like the whole spirit of all the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of Instagram, I knew it was October when all the girls were saying spooky season and stuff. So I was
spooky season.
I don't know.
What kind of people do you follow?
The wrong kind, I guess.
Yeah, I've never spooky season.
I don't know. Like that's when I knew it was October. I was like, I guess we're here.
All right, well let me know. Let me know if spooky season is a thing, y'all, because I don't know. I got to catch up, I guess.
Yeah, man. Let them know.
Yeah, let us know, y'all. And of course, thank y'all for tuning in this week as you do every single week. You can catch us here same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. You can keep up with us in the meantime on all of our social platforms at AfterBuzz TV. You can find me everywhere online at Hero from the 90s, and you can also catch me on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Growing Up Hip Hop, the New York edition. Jeff, where can they find you?
Yeah, Sundays you guys can find me right here on All That, as well as at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. You guys can find me on the Titans After Show and many other superhero TV shows. We're doing The Flash starting Tuesday. You guys can find me on all these after shows, as well as at Jeff Will _Jr. on our social media platforms.
Bang, bang. Keep up with us there. And until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay buzzing.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.